Here we go. Welcome to MightyGooga Plays for you. This is MightyGooga, and in today's short play, we're gonna be playing Farming World. Yes, old McGooga had a farm. Once again, we go farming, but now with great style. So today's short play is about Farming World, a game released back in 2014 by Excalibur. In this game, as we will see in a second, you take the role of a farmer businessman and try your luck in the country. You can grow all sorts of produce. There's a whole bunch of seeds and crops that you can grow. You can also process the yields into more valuable products. And after all, you have to manage your farm and grow your business out of the ground. Yes, you see the pun over there? Yes. So, it's not a real new game, but I'm really crazy about farming titles. And since Sim Farm, there hasn't been many great farming games. And I found this one. I think still needs a little bit polishing. I'm not sure if they're still developing this. Probably not. But it is a great concept. I had real fun with it. And I played a few hours, and it's fun. It reminds me a lot of Sim Farm. So let's do a free play. We're gonna play. How about Spain? Huh? Let's do Spain. All right. So our color is gonna be green. Our difficult it's gonna be easy for now, just so I can show you guys. The difficult levels here, they're not really important. I found out that they only, make you. It takes longer to get you going because you have less money and your profits are really low, and it takes a while to get you going in the first place. So just for the sakes of this video, let's go with easy difficulty. So here's the map. You have a bunch of menus here, a bunch of information here that helps you deal with your farm, and some layouts here that helps you find yourself in the game. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I have 40,000 euros. The game is in euros for some reason, and I'm gonna buy some land. And the minimum size is 3 by 3. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place a 10 by 10, which is 15,000 euros. This is really risky for your first crop because you gotta start small. But since I'm a little bit experienced, I'm gonna try this anyway. So after you buy your land, you have to till your fields. You have a whole bunch of options. You can actually buy tractors, but for now I'm just gonna rent the basic one until we have some good money. And this is the tractor. Let me take a look at the settings and the sound volume because it's a little bit loud. And let's get back to the game. You can also speed up the process, and after you plow your fields, you can then go ahead and fertilizing. And fertilizing, I learned it's very important, so I'm gonna go with the medium tier fertilizer. And there the tractor goes again. And we are in the middle of March, which is a great place to plant, a great season to plant stuff. And I think I'm gonna be planting blueberries, which will give a good yield. The game has some automations to it, like you can click here and the game will auto water your fields. You could also water your fields when the water indicator here tells you it's below 50%, but I rather just leave it for the game. And this is a mechanic in games that I frown upon, because it's something that it should be fun enough for you to deal with, like build a water system and stuff like that, like you used to have in Sim Farm, that where you would have valves to close and open your waters. But for this, it's just something that you click and you spend money. It's something that you click and you start spending money. You could micromanage this, but there's no real gain to it, so it's not a problem for me. So you have all these kinds of crops that you can grow. Some of them uh, have different needs of weather to have a great yield. For me now, I'm just gonna go with blueberries. You can hire this guy here from Euro. You can just pay him 500 euros and he will give you the stars on whether you should plant it or not. Let's see if there's, look at this. You see, this is a half star, which probably means this is not a great place to plant, not a great season, and not a great climate to plant peanuts. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plant some blueberries. It will cost me 1,000 euros, and I'm gonna rent a tractor instead of buying one. I'm just gonna plant with 1,000, so it's 2,000 euros just to get it planted, right? So once it's planted, we're gonna have two special times for this crop. The first time is when it's I think it's in seedling that you have to get some pesticide with it, and the second time it's in bloom where you have to use some pesticides. But the game will tell you when to do it, and this will be highlighted like this is right now. So for now, all we have to do is just pass the time. I'm going very fast, as you can see here, and you got to be very smart about this, because if you go too fast, you're gonna miss when this icon gets highlighted, and that will uh, it may make your crops have less yield. So all right, let's go. Let's place the tractor. We hire them. Later in the game, when you have some more money, you can actually buy the tractors. I'm not sure what are the benefits of it, to have the tractors. I knew in Sim Farm this would be a great deal for you because it will be way faster, and the tractors wouldn't have to come all the way from town for your city, for your farm. But here in the game, it's not very clear, you know. It's a fun game, but they try to make something like Sim Farm, and I think they were in the right track. It's still a fun game to play, but for me, I was looking for like this nice farm game. It's not like the farm simulator, that you have to drive your tractors and vehicles. I just want to, play about the business and growing the business and having the farm. So more like Sim Farm style, but you know, it leaves a little something to be desired. So let's fasten it up, faster, make it faster, go faster. Yes, speed it up. That's what I meant. What a flawless English that I have, don't I? Just hit me the like button if you like my English. Will you, please? All right, so this is the money we spent. It's not very detailed about what you spend with, so you feel like this is a game that they didn't work on it, because it should say that I bought land and then I paid for some input, fertilizer and other services to get my field going. But in the month we spent 23,000 euros in this month. So now we are in May, no, April. I mean April, and we gotta be really attentive to when it gets to bloom phase, because on bloom phase I know for sure that we're gonna have to use another pesticide. And the map doesn't have many features, so here's another expenditure. The map doesn't have any features. Now we are in May. It doesn't have many features to explore. The only feature that I really find interesting is this one that tells you about the productivity of the soil, and you see that darker red means it's more productive, and maybe we should have bought a farm elsewhere. but since the farm needs to be connected to a road, we didn't have much options, especially because to build roads is really, really expensive. So you have to have much more money than we started with in the first place, you know? So we are getting to the bloom phase. Let's be really smart about this because we want the yield. It's already telling us that we're gonna have about 18 tons of blueberry. So I'm gonna go with pesticide again and make sure this is too expensive. I'm gonna use the cheaper one with the tractor. I'm gonna use the cheaper one for the simplest reason that we don't have enough money to go around, and we're gonna have to be very smart about the money. So let's let the game run a little bit, and just to show you now that we spent this next tractor, I mean, we took care of the field for the second time. There's nothing else you need to do on the field, so it's kind of automated now. You just let sit there and hope for a great weather for this specific crop. You can also hire weather consulting, so we can pay monthly for getting better accuracy. And this is good if you want to micromanage your crops and understand what kind of crops will be growing. I mean, what kind of crops can you grow? And I'm gonna spend a little now time just fast forwarding. So the first phase of the game, when you have just only one field, is a little bit boring and slow because you only have this field. There's nothing much you can do about it. But after you have a like 4 or 5 fields and a couple of buildings, you start to get really, you know, it's fast. So we just got a notification here that disease attacked our crops, and because of that, you can see that our expected yield dropped from 18 tons to 15.7. So we lost about 2.3 tons on this, and this number now will start to decrease up until the harvest phase, which is over here. And you know, uh, it's okay. It's something about the game. It's one of the things that you have to deal with. So let's go ahead and let's speed it, fast forward a little bit, so we can get to the phase where we can actually sell the product. And you have a farmer center here just to show you a little bit while the game is running, where you can buy roads. You can buy seeds for your crops, fertilizers, pesticides. You can buy animals. We're gonna talk about animals in really soon. You can buy buildings. There's a whole bunch of buildings that you can buy for your farm. One of the ones we are gonna be using in this short play for you to see is this pen for medium animals, large if we can, because the working capital to run pen and raising animals, it's really large, and that may break us, you know, get us bankrupt. So we gotta pay attention to that. We also have the rent and buy land. We have the market where we're gonna be selling our products. We have contracts. We can see your farm is okay. Okay, it's just saying because I have money, you know. And we are getting just a couple more months and we're gonna be able to harvest this crop. And contracts, it's really simple. You can sign contracts, sign off on contracts, and deliver the contract direct to the guy that it's purchasing your contract. So once you sign it, you have to deliver this amount of stuff, and you have to have that stuff so you can close the contract. If you don't, there's not many penalties. There's no fee that you have to pay, which is weird, but it's okay. So we are almost getting to the harvest phase, but we already have the harvest crop here, which is all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to buy. I just slow down the game a little bit, and I'm gonna have to buy a storage. And storage is really expensive, but for the amount of of tons that we are producing, a small storage will do just fine for us. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place the storage right over here. This is gonna be our storage for now. All right. So we have the storage because soon we're gonna be harvesting our crops. So let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can have a better look. Time is passing by. Our tonnage still haven't started to decrease, which is good. This means that our crops are solid, are growing well. This is probably the yield we're gonna get. And our crop quality is excellent, which is very important. The first crop on your the first crop that you plant on a new field it's easy to get a good crop quality. Things starts getting harder after a while, after you have like planted a few times on the same field, because nutrients try to change, but the game doesn't simulate that very well and doesn't tell you enough about it, so you can manage this really nice or have the feeling that you're managing it and making strategic decisions here. It's just more like, and now I'm gonna you have this crop is a crop that requires human workers. It's not automated by machines, so it takes a little longer in terms of time to harvest it, but it's fun. We are getting it, so we are fast forwarding a little bit, and since this we are now talking about August. Yes, it's August in game time. I'm not sure we're gonna have enough time to produce another crop for winter, before winter. And since winter is harsh in here, I think we're gonna have to deal with that. So we finished up our crop growing, and now we can go to the market. We go market, and we can sell our blueberries. So we have 14.1 tons, a little less than the expected yield, but it's of amazing quality, and it has the organic product seal, which means we're probably gonna sell this to the public market for a higher price, which is in here, the price. You can try to find, establish your own price and hire someone to try to sell it for you, but this mechanic, it's not great. So I usually just use the market price, and 3.388 is a nice price. It may be go higher. It fluctuates in game time, but for now, since we don't have almost any money left, we're probably gonna sell everything. And with that in mind, we're gonna sell it for 47.8 euros, 47.8 thousand euros, and this means that we got about 7,000 profit on this whole operation that we did, including the purchase of the terrain. So next time, in the next cycle of this field, it's gonna be much more profitable. But for now, I'm not gonna plant anything right now, and I'm just gonna show you guys and buy butchery. I don't want a butchery. I want a pen for medium animals, large. That's what I'm gonna be buying, and I'm gonna place it. Where can I place it? It's not possible to rotate, and since I just want to show you guys, I'm just gonna place it right here. And once I have placed this, I have to click it and add animals, and I'm gonna be adding pigs to my pen. So it cost me about 4,000 euros. I'm gonna tell it to auto feed animals, and I have to be really smart here because there's no way of selecting organic fodder, but once I select organic fodder, the automation will always pay for organic fodder. And I'm doing this because I want organic meat, which goes for a higher price in the market. So we're gonna fast forward this a little bit. We could redo the field here, and do we really have to redo the field? So we got a profits, everything. In sleeping period, it's 20 days left of the sleeping period. Let's see if this crop will auto replant itself or if we have to do anything else. So I'm just gonna let the game run, and rant about it a little bit more for you guys, because I know you love it. Some great game criticism, don't you? All right, so we're not spending anything. So just to tell you a little bit more about our pen here, this is the stage. This first stage is when your animals are infants. You cannot sell them. And this is the stage where your animals are mature, where you can sell it. And this is a bad stage when they start getting old and prices get cut by a lot. You know, like by 90%. So you gotta be smart about this. This field is probably sleeping, or maybe we should plant another thing, but it's not a good business to plant another crop right now. I need to wait until March and pay for the maintenance of stuff with the profits that we made, because if we try to start a new crop right now, it's just gonna go bad, you know, because it's winter and stuff just go bad. So if we go in the market, because our pigs are really small, the tonnage of our pigs, the weight of them is really low. And they have the organic product star, so this is the best price we're gonna get. But this price fluctuates a lot. I already sold pigs for 10,000 euros, you know, a ton. So is it a ton or units? I'm not sure. It doesn't make it clear. This is not a good interface, you know, if you ask me. It's just lazy work of the developers. I wish the guys that are developing Transport Tycoon would make a game about farming. Or hey, maybe even the let me fix this. Maybe even the the guys that Paradox that bought Prison Architect will actually make a nice farming game. I know it's not their niche market, but hey, it doesn't hurt to dream, does it? Does it? Does it really? I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't. So now we are mature, which is a great thing with our piggies here, and we are close to a time where we can. I'm gonna reset this field, and we are close to a time where we can sell them. So let's take a look at the market. Oh, look at the prices. The prices have risen considerably, but our tonnage, it's not up to maximum yet. Let's just let this tractor and its job, because this loop of a tractor wave, it's annoying. So I'm gonna place some fertilizer. Heck, let's place the most expensive one with the cheapest means of planting it, and let's do this. Just fast forward and go back to speed 3. Our pigs are going well, so I need to leave them a little bit. I want to sell them when this bar reaches almost to 80% of this bracket here, because this means we're gonna get more tonnage for them. They will get fatter. So that's why I'm waiting and I'm not selling it right now. And we'll see how much profits we can get. And with that, we're probably going to be able to buy a second field and start 2 crops for the next year. One thing that the game really appeases to me is that the whole year cycle, it's not that, it doesn't take that long. For me, it took a little bit longer in terms of minutes, because I have to show you guys a whole bunch of stuff. But if you're playing solo, it will go just fast enough. So let's see the prices again. I just paused it. See, we went from 3.6 to 5.1 tonnage, and the price is still 8,000 euros, which means that we can risk it a little bit. And now that we are approaching the second year, I'm just gonna put a road over here. You see how expensive it is? It's 4,000 euros just to put this section of the road here. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy some more land, and I'm gonna do it right here, and I'm gonna buy it another 100 square land. Yes, we could go higher, but it's not necessary for now. So I'm gonna spend this, and I'm gonna tell the tractor to plow our land. And then I'm gonna go faster, really faster. And then I'm gonna fertilize with the best fertilizer in the market and with the cheapest tractor in the market as well. And we are almost ready to plant. When we get to March, we're gonna be planting. And let's check our prices. Our prices are still growing, although our weight is not growing that much. And just so you guys can see the profits of the piggies, I'm just gonna wait until March here. And there we go, 23. It's going on. There's this thing, nothing happens much in the game while you wait for the crops to grow or to go around. Oh, here we go. We are at March, and we're gonna do the same thing. It was a very profitable operation that we did. But for now, I'm not gonna do it again. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna plant runner beans. Runner beans are a little bit cheaper, but they yield much more in quantity. So I'm gonna plant runner beans over here, and then in this new field, I'm gonna go ahead and plant blueberries like I did in the first field. And this will guarantee me for at least a little while good profits for the next year. So why do we only have 3.9 monies here? I thought we have 30,000 monies. Something went wrong. I spend a lot, man. So he's planting runner beans. He's planting 21 tons, 18 tons. I thought it was much more, but it's okay. So let's go back to the market and see how our piggies are done. It's probably this is the best price we're gonna get. We cannot allow this to go over this area, but I'm just gonna run it a little bit, at least for 1 month more. And I'm waiting because I want to buy another large pen. This is very profitable in the game for you to start your operations. It's the way to go after you harvest your first crops. Not before, but after it. So this guy is already asking for fertilizers. Let's go and... not fertilizers, pesticides. So we're gonna spray some pesticides. We're gonna go see the market again. The market hasn't changed. We gained 1 tonnage. I'm just gonna go ahead and sell it. And look at that. Look at the profits on this building. 58,000. That's great. And this is how you start to make, real good money on the farm. And now you expand. You can buy another pens, raise another kinds of animals. You can even buy a butchery and start processing the game's meat and selling that in place of selling livestock, But this is all the time we have for today, guys. I really was enjoying this game. I played, solo for a while. It's not the best farming game in the world, but it really reminded me of Sim Farm, and I wanted to try that, and I wanted to show you guys that. So if you like this video, please subscribe, comment, or like. It's very important for me, help me grow my channel, help make this project keep alive. It's something that I love to do, and with your help I know we can do this together. So thanks a lot for watching. This is MightyGooga, and I'll see you soon.